Thank you for being faithful to be in your place of listening, wherever that may be, for today's edition of Devotions with Brother Aaron. Today I have entitled our devotion, Random Thoughts from a Wandering Mind. And of course I'm talking about my mind. A long time ago I heard the story of a little boy sitting on a park bench. He was squirming, grimacing, and yelling, "Ow, ow, ouch!" An older gentleman observed the boy and asked, "Son, what are you doing?" Through clenched teeth, he replied, "Sitting on a bumblebee." The older gentleman asked, "Then why don't you get up?" The lad replied, "'Cause I reckon I'm hurting him worse than he's hurting me." That boy had to be a Baptist. Oh, Lord, help us not to be like this young man. Don't let us be guilty of thinking we're winning at life's game if we believe we're inflicting more pain on others than they are inflicting on us. That story reminds me of something one of my former church members once told me. She said, "Preacher, when people get offended, you've heard them say, 'I don't get mad, I get even.' You've heard that, haven't you?" To which I replied, "I sure have." She said, "Well, that ain't me. I don't believe in this getting even business. I believe in getting one up." Sounds like one of my church members. Help me, Jesus. Lord, don't let us be guilty of trying to one-up each other. I heard a pastor friend tell about one of the dear saints in his church talking to him while on her deathbed. He was a young preacher boy serving in his first pastorate. She said, "Preacher, let me give you some advice. God has blessed me with a very long life. It's been a good life. And as I have lived my life, I have learned that the way things seem is not always how things are. Be wise, preacher, be wise." And along that same line of thought, I heard somebody else say, "We don't see the world the way it is. We see the world the way we are." Lord, help us realize that the way things seem is not always how things are. C.S. Lewis said, "Life is like a set of monkey bars." And now I know I dated myself using that term, so for any younger folks who may be listening, think of uneven parallel bars in gymnastics. Somewhere along the way, on those monkey bars, you have to let go to move forward. Sometimes the hardest things to let go of in our lives are the things we place there. Oh, Lord, please remind us that often we are our own worst enemy. D.L. Moody said, "Let God have your life. He can do more with it than you can. Sometimes it hurts to let go, but sometimes it hurts more to hold on." Wow. Hear that again. Sometimes it hurts to let go. Sometimes it hurts more to hold on. The speed of light is 186,000 miles per second. Do you know the speed of darkness? Think about it. It's exactly the same, 186,000 miles per second. In reality, darkness is merely the absence of light. When light is extinguished, darkness immediately takes control. Lord, remind us that at the exact moment we allow your light to be extinguished in our lives, darkness takes control. Isn't it amazing how in life our regrets have a way of becoming our convictions? When we regret something, we place many markers around it to keep us from ever doing that again. In Titus 1:5, the aging Apostle Paul says to his young protege Titus, "For this cause left I thee in Crete, that thou shouldest set in order the things that are wanting, and ordain elders in every city as I have appointed thee." As Christians, there are some simple truths in this passage that we need to learn and apply to our lives. Paul gave Titus his assignment from God. It was Crete. As Christians, if we find ourselves wanting to be somewhere other than where God has assigned us, we're in a backslidden condition. We're to stay where God assigns us and fight the good fight of faith. Listen to me. Paul knew that Crete needed Titus, and he also knew that Titus needed Crete. We all have a Crete. Our assignment is to change Crete without allowing Crete to change us. Listen, Paul knew that Crete needed Timothy and Timothy needed Crete. Are you hearing this? Somebody may be wanting to pull the ripcord and get out of your assignment. Listen, wherever you're assigned, they need you and you need them. And your assignment is to change them for Jesus without allowing them to change you. I close today's devotion with this thought. Most of the time, we won't see the Red Sea parted until Pharaoh is chasing us. Hey, just some random thoughts from a wandering mind. Lord, please help us realize that these random thoughts we've just heard contain wisdom we need to embrace. Would you please help us to receive these thoughts and apply them to our lives? And I ask this in your name, amen.